Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at Monmouth Park on Saturday is the Grade 3 Monmouth Oaks. We're going a mile and a 16th in its card. It is race number 10. Bet the Monmouth Oaks with your new DRF Bets account and get 10 times the sign-up bonus. Bet 20, get 200. Head on over to drf.com/bet for all the details. Here's the field of 3-year-old fillies in the Monmouth Oaks that said no mas to the Alabama. And you can understand why Geo Game did that for Mark Cassie, because Geo Game tried Midnight Bizou in the Coaching Club American Oaks last time out, and well, she was beaten a country mile. This is a much better spot for her from a class standpoint, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's the right step back for her as far as class goes. She's likely to be favored in here, and I guess she should be just based on the figures she's been running on dirt so far as a 3-year-old. You know, I don't know, Dan. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but it's hard to argue with the spot for this horse.
Grade 1 placed, although no match for Monomoy Girl, 2 starts back in the 1-turn Acorn. She did beat She's a Julie 3 starts back. Some might say that's an indictment on She's a Julie, who's 9-2 in the Alabama. Some might say that makes her the horse to beat here in this Grade 3 Monmouth Oaks. Let's talk about the 8 Sassy Sienna, the 3-1 second choice. This horse on her best day is certainly good enough to win a race like this. We just have not seen her best day in a while, and okay, the Kentucky Oaks, she doesn't have to win that race at 37-1. What happened in the Iowa Oaks? Because she bombed behind She's a Julie.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, that was just a really disappointing performance. And, you know, for a filly who hasn't really done all that much wrong in her career, all of a sudden, you know, as you say, forget about the Kentucky Oaks. I don't know what to say about her last race. She didn't want to jump in that race. Very disappointing performance. She bounces back. She's a huge contender in here. I'm not betting her as one of the favorites.
Brad Cox horses just usually don't run like that in big spots. It was very, very surprising. Maybe she deserves a mulligan. She's had a really nice body of work throughout her career. The Timeform US Pace Projector believes that this thing could get hot up front. I won't be surprised if the 7 Star Cloud makes the lead, because she's got sprint speed, and she went fast last time out at Gulfstream Park. At Alter Moon, after being purchased for Chad, she ran okay in the test.
Yeah, we ran into a pretty hot horse last time in Alter Moon, so you don't want to hold that one against her. Forget about the Acorn, which she was never going to win. Her form prior to that was good. It's all sprint form. So we'll see what she does around 2 turns here for the first time. But boy, she makes the lead in here. She's got to be dangerous.
But boy, I'm worried about the distance, especially if she goes fast with Sassy Sienna breathing down her throat as Timeform US has it. I think she's got some ability. We'll see if she is going to be able to stretch out. The 6 Mo Shopping goes out for Todd Pletcher, and simply for that reason alone would not be a surprise. She won a weak edition of the Lighthearted Stakes 2 starts back. I thought on paper she was a mortal lock, and she had to work all the way down to the wire to win. I won't hold the Delaware Oaks against her. Listen, Red Ruby's one of the best 3-year-old fillies in the country. This is a filly that is yet to buy her 80, and yet it looks like she's found a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, she is what she is. She's just not that good. She raced very cheaply early in her career for Pletcher. You don't often see that with his good horses. This is, you know, one of the things that Todd does really, really well, though. He finds horses like her, gets them as good as they can be, and then he finds the right races to run them in. He's found the right races to run her in. She's just not that good, and because it's Pletcher, you're not going to get the price that you really deserve. You're going to be betting on her.
Blue Union Rags also no match for Red Ruby in the Delaware Oaks. I mean, heck, she was a nose behind Mo Shopping in that race, and she'll probably be a much bigger price on Saturday at Monmouth. And 2 back when Mo Shopping beat her, she had a legitimate excuse. She's okay.
Yeah, her last 2 races, she just didn't break well from the gate either time. That's a real problem for her. But otherwise, you know, it's not like she's some kind of superstar, but she was at least trending the right way leading into those races. I thought there was at least a reasonable chance she could take another step forward here and be a contender at a good price. I don't love her in here, Dan, but if I'm looking for a big price horse to use, it might be her.
The pace falls apart. Why not the 5 Stakes on a Plane? I know she's a little bit slow on paper, and we haven't seen her in 3 months, but the last time we did see her was over that soupy track in the Black-Eyed Susan, where she was overmatched against Red Ruby. This is really her first race with Lasix, where you could argue she's had a fair chance.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, maybe she could, the Lasix will do her some good. She'll take a step forward in here. She has 2 wins in her career, one on turf for a $25,000 tag, which she got claimed, the other on a sloppy track where she just got up. We'll see what she does on fast.
Speaking of sloppy tracks, Venti to Go won an off-the-turf race in the slop at Delaware last time out, earned a career best buyer. It was only a 74, but she's got a little bit of tactical speed. I think the connections are hoping for that valuable graded stakes placing.
Yeah, get a placing out of her in this race. She is, entering this race at least in good form. She's run the best figures of her career in her last 3 races. Now they're going to take a shot.
Listen, Geo Game and Sassy Sienna, if they run their race, one of them's probably going to win this race. I don't like the form that each of them is coming into it. I don't like the prices they're going to be. We'll take shot with better prices. Mike, you like the #1 Skeptic as we throw up our our selections for this race. Skeptic last time out in the Indiana Oaks just caught talk to me. He was going to be a major contender in the Alabama. That race has come back strong. Kelly's Humor, who was third, came back to run third in the test with an 86 buyer. I love this filly's tactical speed.
Yeah.
I love her pedigree for a mile and a 16th. We know Rusty Arnold can win big races.
Like all those things about her. I mean, she's got a great post on the inside, and she's got some tactical speed. She won each of her prior 2 starts around 2 turns, where she just sat those really nice trips and then improved her figures in those races. I just felt like this was a great spot for her. Listen, she has to improve to beat Geo Game if Geo Game runs her best race, but I don't know. I don't really need Geo Game as the favorite here. I think this horse trips out in this race, and she's got a realistic chance to win.
I'm using her in any kind of multiple race wagers, along with my top pick, the number 4, Chauncey, who was claimed for $50,000 3 starts back. They tried her on the turf. She didn't do anything there. She was dismissed at 38-1 in a non-winners of 1 other allowance race at Laurel last time out. She didn't run like a 38-1 shot. She took this thing over on the far turn. The jock's looking around saying, am I supposed to be 38-1 and 7 clear? And he never really asked this filly for any kind of run. 89 buyer, do you believe it?
I mean,
if you do, she wins.
I don't have any reason not to believe it. I mean, she was really impressive winning this race. I don't know where that race came from, because she didn't look anything close to that horse prior to that. Listen, maybe her new trainer just found the key to her and got her completely turned around. She's got to stretch out. She's got to back that race up against some better horses. But I'm with you. If she does it, she's a huge contender.
Hoping she has enough pedigree from that AP Indy on the bottom to get this mile and a 16th distance. I think the price will be right, as she's going to be classing up for the first time against some stakes competition. Mike, though, you're going with Skeptic in here. I like Chauncey. I'd also use Star Cloud and Skeptic in any kind of multiple race wagers. It's the Grade 3 Monmouth Oaks. It's race number 10. Bet it with your DRF Bets account. Get 10 times the bonus. DRF.com/bet is where you need to go to sign up for your new DRF Bets account. An approximate post time for the Monmouth Oaks, 5:09 Eastern. Best of luck.